Shopping for a bread machine should be easy, but if you've ever stood in front of your current model wondering why the crust is burnt, the center collapsed, or the noise is loud enough to wake the whole house, you know it's not that simple. Some machines promise fluffy bread but underdeliver, others take up half your counter and barely fit a decent-sized loaf. And with all the different features, gluten-free modes, fruit dispensers, timers, it gets confusing fast. That's why today I'm reviewing the Neretva 3.3-pound bread maker. It's a stainless steel machine with 15 smart programs, dual heating elements, and a ceramic non-stick pan that claims to make everything from classic white bread to sourdough, jam, and even yogurt. It also has one of the largest capacities in its category, meant to feed up to 8 people. On paper, it sounds like the perfect upgrade, especially for anyone tired of uneven loaves or having to guess when to add nuts or dried fruit. But some owners have raised real concerns, like possible build quality issues, a tricky lid fit, and recipes that are all in metric, something that might catch you off guard if you're used to US measurements. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how this bread maker performs in everyday use, where it really helps and where it might let you down. If you want to check specs or see the current price, I've left a link in the description and in the pinned comment. But for now, let's focus on whether this machine is the right fit for your kitchen. And before we jump into the design details, hit that like button if you've ever struggled with a loaf that just didn't turn out right, and tell me in the comments what your biggest bread-making challenge has been. Picking up from what we talked about, let's look at the design of the Neretva bread maker, because this is where a lot of questions start. At first glance, it's sleek and modern. The stainless steel finish gives it a clean, professional look, and it doesn't scream kitchen gadget, which is great if you like your countertop to look tidy. Now, despite having a large 3.3-pound loaf capacity, the unit itself is surprisingly compact. At just over 15 inches deep and 11 inches wide, it fits well in most kitchen spaces without taking over your prep area. That's important if your counter space is already limited. The full touch panel is responsive and easy to wipe down. But here's one thing to keep in mind. Some users mentioned that the control buttons take some getting used to, especially since the manual isn't as clear as it should be. Also, several owners noted the lid doesn't always sit completely flat, particularly on one side. It doesn't affect performance, but it might bug you if you like things flush and symmetrical. That said, the dual kneading paddles and ceramic non-stick pan are excellent upgrades for home use. They help with even mixing and easy cleanup, two things that really matter when you're baking multiple times a week. So if you're looking for a machine that looks good, fits your space, and takes baking seriously, this design mostly delivers. But let's dig into performance, because design only matters if it actually works well in daily use. So, how does the Neretva bread maker actually perform when it's time to bake? The 15 preset programs cover all the bases: white bread, whole wheat, gluten-free, sweet, French, even pizza dough, jam, and yogurt. For most home bakers, that range is more than enough. Whether you're trying sourdough for the first time or making sandwich bread every week, this machine is designed to handle it with minimal effort. The crust settings, light, medium, or dark, also give you some control over the final result. One standout feature is the dual heater system, with elements on both the top and bottom. This helps with even baking, which is a big win if you've dealt with loaves that are overcooked on the outside but raw inside. Paired with the dual kneading paddles, the dough comes out well developed and consistent, even with denser recipes like whole grain or rye. The automatic fruit and nut dispenser adds mix-ins at the right time, which removes the guesswork and avoids clumps or uneven distribution. Great if you like raisin bread or walnut loaves. Now, the motor is impressively quiet, but a few users reported issues after several uses, such as a unit arriving dented or the buttons becoming unresponsive. These are isolated cases, but worth knowing. Also, the recipe guide uses metric weights, which could slow you down unless you use a kitchen scale. Still, for day-to-day baking, it's a capable machine that simplifies the process without sacrificing quality. The touch panel is sleek, but like I mentioned earlier, it's not the most intuitive. You may find yourself reaching for the manual more often than you'd like, especially in the beginning. And since most recipes in the guide use metric measurements, having a kitchen scale will save you a lot of guesswork. That's not a flaw, but it's something to be prepared for. On the positive side, the machine is surprisingly quiet. Definitely a plus if you're using the 15-hour delay timer to wake up to fresh bread. It won't disturb your sleep or overwhelm your kitchen with noise. Cleaning is easy thanks to the removable non-stick ceramic pan. It doesn't use Teflon, which is a bonus for those avoiding chemical coatings. The paddles are also detachable, though some users mentioned needing the included tool to get them out cleanly after baking. The automatic fruit and nut dispenser is another convenience touch. It detaches for cleaning and prevents sticky messes inside the main chamber. Just don't forget to check and wipe it out if you're using dried fruit regularly. A few users did note that the lid doesn't close completely flat, but again, this doesn't seem to affect function. Overall, it's a low-maintenance machine designed with home kitchens in mind. So, is the Neretva bread maker worth it? If you're looking for a large-capacity, low-noise bread machine that can handle everything from simple white loaves to gluten-free and artisan-style recipes, this model delivers a lot for the price. The 3.3-pound capacity is perfect for families, and the combination of dual heaters, dual kneading paddles, and a ceramic non-stick pan really helps bring consistent results. It's not perfect. Some users have experienced minor cosmetic flaws, and the metric-based recipe book can be a hurdle if you don't already use a kitchen scale. The lid not sitting completely flush may also bother some, even though it doesn't affect baking performance. But if you value convenience, quiet operation, and the ability to wake up to fresh, fully baked bread without lifting a finger, this bread maker could easily become your favorite kitchen assistant. If you want to check the current deal or explore more specs, I've left the link down in the description and in the pinned comment. But before you head there, do me a favor. Hit that like button if this review helped clarify any of your doubts, subscribe if you want more honest kitchen gear breakdowns, and drop a comment telling me what feature matters most to you in a bread machine. Your feedback helps guide future reviews and might even help someone else who's stuck on the same decision.